There you guys go. This is part 2 of our bread making. That just came out of the bread machine, and that machine is called Well Built, W-E-L, built. And this is the bread. She's got some flour on there. It looks so good. Looks like a big thing of cookie dough.
That,
She said this is the most work. That bread machine really helps because it mixes it and it raises it the first time. Second time, we're going to raise it in the oven. So I accidentally pushed something other than the pause button and it shut off the first video. So that's why this is being done in parts. But that's our bread with molasses in it instead of sugar. That's part of the machine she's pulling out there.
yeah. Actually, if you bake, you can bake the bread right in that machine. But you bake it around that thing.
Oh, yeah. And then you'd have to cut that out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that either.
I tried it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't do it again.
So I know when I get home, me and my daughter is going to have to experiment with all this bread making. Her bread is so good. You just can't stop eating it. It's so filling. It's not like bread that you buy in a store. Look at that.
The guy said this is the hardest part.
Yeah, she makes her bread and then she freezes it. And it just, even in the freezer, it turns out so good.
I make sure it isn't sticking under here. Part of it is.
Maybe a little bit more flour on there.
Now, I rolled this out till I get it to the size of that pan.
Yeah, if you can see this pan, that's our flour from Canada there. That bread pan's pretty big there. She's got parchment paper in it. I should have turned off my turned on my do not disturb. I see all my notifications keep coming up, so if you hear buzzing,
Again,
or if somebody texts me during it, you all know it. That's usually what happens when I forget to push that. I don't know why when I pushed the pause earlier that it stopped the whole video on my phone. It must be the perfect measurement for the pan.
to get it a little bit. Let's see that. If I could get the corners, that's my problem, because the corners always get skimpy. I'm going to call that okay.
Yeah, no. That machine works for about an hour and a half, you said?
About an hour and 40 minutes.
About an hour and 40 minutes.
Somebody
That pizza cutter is pretty cool. She also does homemade noodles.
I haven't done that for a long time.
Yeah, but we love the homemade noodles. They are so good. It's really smart how you're cutting that beforehand like that. She looks like she's working some carpentry there with the measuring.
Now this gets a little bit, if the bottom's sticky. Already it's starting to raise.
Yeah. They look like big cookies or something. You just want to pick one up and eat it.
You know, if anybody would want to, or if you want to, you can cut them smaller.
Yeah. Well, I probably would for the little ones. The little kids, yeah. That looks so good.
I'm gonna put that around that way.
That's your molasses bread right there. No sugar. We like that. Aunt Leah is the best. We're just going to keep her around forever. I'm going to bring her to Iowa with me.
I'll lay it in better later.
Okay, I'm going to come around here. Now, how long do we let it raise in the oven?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Actually, I'm going to butter the top.
Oh, you're going to butter the top?
Yeah.
I just want to show you. You have to excuse the mess in here right now. Like I said, it's been a long trip. That's with my egg on top. It's so filling. I could only eat half of it. I had to give it a break. I'm going to reheat it and finish eating it here in a little bit. So because it's Amish butter, it's really thick and it's hard when it's cold. So she defrosted it a little bit just to make it more pliable for on top of the bread.
And that flour that's on top of here,
Uh-huh.
when you eat it, you won't even know it.
Oh, yeah, the butter helps it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't ever taste any flour when I'm eating your bread. Like I said, the flour comes from Canada. There's no bromine in it. That bromine is very cancer causing. You don't want to eat stuff like that. So I already showed you what the bread looks like when it's done. So after this video, I'm not going to redo another one to show you the ending. But we're going to put it in the oven just to... Now, do you cover it? You cover it?
No, I don't. You could, but I don't.
Yeah, and you just sit in there. You don't turn on your oven.
Just the oven light.
Just the oven light. And that helps it to raise. And you put it in there for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bread is done. No cooking involved. We like that. Makes it easy.
No, I don't really like this job, putting this grease on here.
Oh, yeah, putting the butter on there.
Yeah, it's a little bit like work. And I have used olive oil on top of here already.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I bet you that would be good tasting. The Amish butter dough is awesome. If you like real butter, you would love the Amish butter.
Okay, we wouldn't call that done.
Yeah. So what she's wiping her hands with is a used coffee filter. We reuse everything. That's the good thing about Pennsylvania. You use and you reuse, and everything gets used up several times, you know, the best you can. That way you're not filling up the landfills and...
Well, really, you know, it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, not everybody in Pennsylvania do these things.
Well, no, not everybody does, but they should. These guys go. It'll be raising for the next 2 hours, and then we'll have bread ready to eat, ready for the freezer. We'll have bread all summer. That's a good deal. Thank you, Aunt Leah. That is awesome. And of course, when it's done, there it is with some egg on top. If you can see how thick that is. It is so good. That's about the best bread I ever ate in my life. So, we're probably going to go off and do another project now. So, I'll see you later. Love you, YouTube. Have a good day.